About that for a catch by Tony O'Gregan.
Yeah, Galway will be very disappointed. Two great catches by Tony Og, and really the wrong option there. Andy Smith should have played it back out to Ian Ryan outside. He was on his own.
Maher was after it, but out came Ollie Canning from the corner. Takes it under control, steady as you like. Little block on it, however. Lark Corbett feeds it inside. In as far as Noel McGrath. Points so far, looking for another. And he's put it wide. So it stays at 3:10 to 2:12. 45 minutes are gone.
And Jerry, you were mentioning the pressure. That's when you need cool heads, people to take the right options, you know, to be able to see who's in the best position and give them the ball. And you just saw there in the last passage play a little bit of nervousness creeping in there on both sides.
Irlatanian trying to win it, but it breaks down towards Declan Fanning, the Killinall man. Off his left-hand side towards Lark Corbett, trying to move onto it there. Got a little nudge on the back from Tony O'Gregan. Referee allowed play to continue. Brendan Maher in the white helmet for Tipperary loses it, comes back out here to another man in a white helmet. It's Brendan Maher once again. Made up some ground there to get that one, and he's floated it over the bar. A second point. Well, he's involved in the build-up to that and at the conclusion as well. Took it in his stride, swept it away past Donal Barry. That was very composed and brilliantly executed. From the puck out, with Tip leading by 2 and rampant now as Shane McGrath races down there, and he puts it wide. He was shortening the grip on the stick, trying to make absolutely sure that he would put it between the sticks, but just failed in his task.
Yeah, it was a brilliant run though, and you know, himself and Brendan Maher been very dominant since half time. Like, Tipperary doing an awful lot of the hurling, still only 2 points in it. You know, Galway are really living off scraps, and they're doing very, very well to stay in the game, but Tip beginning to dominate in the half-back line, middle of the field.
Tanyan came out, but so too came Paddy Staple in the Tipperary corner back to win it, to bat it away, to get it down. Pressure on Ollie Canning, fumbles initially, and that's enough to allow Owen Kelly get in. Feed it across here as far as Garroyd Ryan. From the middle of the park, he puts it over the bar. It's a goal and a point now for the 21-year-old. And Tipperary lead here by 3-12 to Galway's 2-12.
Yeah, lovely simple score. Owen Kelly again showing his class, you know, just quick look up and simple ball across the field, an easy point for Garrod Ryan.
It's Shane, is it Shane Kavanagh who's down there with it may be Damien Joyce, in fact, the man in the corner who's got the cramp and needs the assistance of Colm Callanan. Well, it's helter-skelter up and down the park there. Quite a match. Tipperary's 6th successive year playing championship in Croke Park, and the 10th year in the last 11. 2004 was the only year when they didn't play here. They bowed out in Killarney to Cork that particular year, so that was a blank, as Damien Joyce continues to get the attention. Galway's last quarter final here, of course, was when Ger Loughnane was in charge, but back in 2007, and they battled hard but lost in the end to Kilkenny that day. John McIntyre saying, well, he could look forward to the racing, but he look forward to it much better next week in Galway if they win.
Yeah, I doubt that's cramped. The way players train now after 47 minutes, there's no way. I'd say probably calf muscle injury, and Damien Joyce playing well, having a great battle there with Lark Corbett. So they'll be hoping, you know, Fergal Moore injured for the year, so they can't afford to lose anybody else.
And there's just a close-up there of Declan Fanning. Legacy of that very nasty injury he sustained against Wexford right at the very beginning of the qualifier. Now listen to the crowd get right behind. 30,000 people here, just a little under, at Croke Park this afternoon. More or less an identical crowd to that which was in Thurles for the quarterfinals last year at about this time. Noel McGrath now, beaten by Ollie Canning. Out it comes on a perfect pitch at Croke Park. Out to Lark Corbett on the 45-metre line. He drives it with great force over the bar, and it's a second for Lark Corbett. Nobody close enough to him. David Collins late getting in with the challenge. Lar was very composed, and it was executed with confidence. So there's all of a sudden a 4-point gap between the teams, and Tipperary trying to take a firm command around the middle of the park. Padraig Maher over there in the yellow helmet, but a lot of Galway players there. Kevin Hayes went in, so too did Eoin O'Ryan, and the referee in the end whistles against Galway. So a free to Tipperary once again, and Galway are preparing to bring on Kevin Hines. He'll be the first sub they will introduce in just a moment. Number 25 from Sarsfields. So Owen Kelly's gone way back there. We've seen him do this often. Back inside his own 65-metre line. It's sailing, it's moving, travelling, dropping short. Calden does well. Now quick counter-attack. Can Galway benefit here? They're trying to win some primary ball in there and they're failing in that half-forward line. That might be where they're going to make the change as Conor O'Mahony sweeps it back in for Tipperary. Broken down by Noel McGrath. Galway get there first. Tony O'Gregan needs an extra second. Out to Andy Smith. Inside towards Joe Canning. Inside towards Irlatanian. Runs on, but there's always a Tipperary player there. But Joe Canning goes down. That must be a penalty.
Has to be a penalty, yeah.
He was pulled down. It was a moment of sheer consternation for the Tipperary backs. They should have had that under control. There was a stumble and Joe Canning went down. We'll see it again very shortly.
Yeah, just the ball broke inside her. Joe Canning came over with a hefty shoulder and just hurled, just held a bit unlucky there, Pádraig Maher. I'd say his eyes were on the ball. If you just watch it here, just he held the hurl and Joe hit the deck. You know, it wasn't a blatant foul or anything like that, but he did pull him down.
Well, a game which has given us 5 goals so far. The players are looking up at the big screen to see that. Well, they've seen it.
They're encouraging the ref to change his mind, but he can't do it.
No. Once he makes his decision.
There wasn't, you know, looking at it, there wasn't much in it. Joe knew what he was doing. He got the arm across him and hit the ground.
Well, they say about Joe that he has one of the hardest shots in hurling. Scorer of 10 goals in championship fare up to now. His team 4 points behind. 3 on the goal line. Pádraig Maher, Conor O'Mahony and Brendan Cummins wait. Canning strikes and Canning scores! "52 minutes are gone and there's one between them. It's 3:13 to 3:12 and it's an absolutely thrilling game at Croke Park Stadium.
Yeah, it was a nice height, but it's just the pace of it was just too much. An absolute rocket into the corner of the net. And Jared, I have to say it's one of the strangest games I've seen. I don't know, Galway are only a point in it, and really they've won no ball in the half-hour in the midfield in the second half. They're getting cleaned out there, and yet they're still only a point in it.
Which is very ominous from Tip's point of view. The change has been made. Kevin Hines is on, Kevin Hayes is off. Garrod Ryan. So a change in the half-forward line as anticipated for Galway. They've got to try and get some ball in there. Owen Kelly showing his wizardry once again, out to Shane McGrath, dancing around the challenges, getting sufficient latitude to have a crack himself, but he's drilled it to the right this time. And I can tell you, Noel McGrath isn't one bit happy with that, because he felt that was a ball he should have left into the forwards.
Yeah, well, I'm watching Noel McGrath after the ball all during the game. He's making brilliant runs all over the place and he's not being picked out.
Colm Callan pucks it out, putting the pressure on the Tipperary half-backs. They deal with it very adequately. Now out comes Shane Kavanagh, out from full-back, getting away from Mark Corbett, getting away from Pádraig Maher. Little hand pass, the Galway player injured on the far side, might be Éanna Ryan. That's hit in there by Kevin Hines. First contribution, bounces back out towards Declan Fanning once again. Little hand pass to his left to Pádraig Maher. Slipping it inside here, Conor O'Mahony making absolutely certain. Long one, brilliantly caught again by Tony O'Green. That must be about the 3rd brilliant catch he's made. Back up on his feet is Éanna Ryan. Scorer of a goal and a point already in this match. Neatly down in here to Damien Hayes, dancing away, getting away from Michael Cowell. This is danger for Tipperary. The shot is brilliant and it's over the bar, and the teams are level for the 7th time in this wonderful quarter-final of the GAA Hurling Championship 2010. A goal and 3 now for Damien Hayes.
Yeah, he's having a super game again, Damien. Having a brilliant year for Galway. And a great ball there by Éanna Ryan again. Very intelligent, straight into his hand. But Éanna Ryan is in trouble, I think, with his shoulder. He's going to be a huge loss to Galway because he is playing some very good hurling.
Well, that is interesting. John O'Brien has come on. He's number 29, and the player who's gone off is number 13, Noel McGrath.
I'm astounded
that
by
is
that.
An amazing decision.
Yeah. You know, Ollie Canning, you know, definitely getting the better of him, but you know, on a number of occasions, Noel McGrath has made some great runs, and he's too good a hurler, I think.